we are making very important strides, and I applaud those people that go to work every day downtown and are working very hard to keep our community what it is today.
Okay, Paul, now what are your thoughts about the downtown revitalization?
When it started out with Renew DeKalb, I thought it was a fantastic idea because I had coffee with Frank Roberts, the president, the other day, and he shared his views with me, which I appreciated. The problem is that Renew DeKalb sometimes gets the blame for what the city council has done. Renew DeKalb is a great idea for what they could have done, but it just got, once again, abused. As Lynn has said, we started tearing down stores. We started buying up properties. The city council, through Renew DeKalb, got into the real estate business. And in this current economy, it's not the right place to be. I have to agree with my opponent, Lynn, I see no new development downtown. I don't see any developers coming in here putting up new buildings. Acting Mayor Paulson, one of his big things was when he was second ward alderman, is that he wanted to beautify DeKalb. Okay. So he rewarded landlords who let their buildings get dilapidated and spend $25,000 to get them painted. There was no reward for the business owners who were proud citizens and participants of our community downtown. They got nothing, but yet if you let your building run down, you either got money for paint or, with the current way it's going, they'll buy it if you let it get bad enough at a pretty high price. But again, I think that we need to leave the real estate business to the real estate experts. I didn't finish with my police station thing, what Lynn had spoke about. Yes, I want to sell that property off. I question, and I want to look at, and I don't go to the city council meetings because of you can be shunned there about browbeat, and you're not going to really get your say anyway, because if the things you want to really know about are going to go on behind closed doors and not when the public is viewing on the city council meeting, regardless of what acting Mayor Paulson says. And that's not slander, that's the facts. I question where the old car wash was, where they tore it down, and that Chodine is going to put up some condos there with businesses underneath them. I know that we would like to make this like Naperville, some of the city council or our current administration. The problem is I don't think we're going to get executives to come out here and pay money, high money, for apartments or condominiums there right next to railroad tracks while their $1 million apartments is shaking by the train. I question those things. I may be wrong.
Okay, and tying in with that is the ice rink. Let's just touch on the ice rink, too, because I know that's been a hot topic for a lot of folks there, too. Let's go back, starting with you now, Chris. Talk about the ice rink a little bit, how you feel it's been going, and good idea, bad idea, and
well, you know, the ice rink was presented to us by, again, a group of citizens, our Renew DeKalb, citizens who said, we got an idea, and they wanted to build it on the parking lot, a kitty corner from the City Hall. I had a very difficult time that night because these were people that are coming forward from a citizenry point of view asking us to do something. I vehemently opposed it. I said it's a bad idea. It's taking up parking spaces and it will not look nice. Go back to the drawing. And plus the Park District was there that night in support of it. I said, please, folks, as hard as this is, go back to the drawing board. Again, citizen input, open government, good ideas, came back. I also didn't want the city managing this thing. I said, we don't need to be managing an ice rink. What they came back with was where it's located now on a vacant lot that someday will be developed. The ice rink is portable. We can, if you want to come, Terry, tomorrow with your dollars and start building, we'll have that ice rink down and gone by 5 o'clock this afternoon, and we'll relocate it somewhere else. We found a management company to do it, so the city's not involved. We were told by the management company that we'll pay this off in 3 to 5 years. So it's moved to a location that is not taking up parking. It is an opportunity for over 1,000 people to come downtown. It'll be paid off in 3 to 5 years. It's a win-win situation. It's absolutely a win-win situation. We're looking at ways we can enhance the downtown. This is just a creative new way of thinking outside of the box, and I'm very proud of what we've done with that ice rink.
Okay, Paul, your thoughts on the ice rink?
Yes, the ice rink is not the stated $74,000 that it cost, because you have to put in the price of the property in there with the EPA and taking out the tanks at the gas station. And we heard the excuse that for the health and well-being of the people that we needed to clean that property up. That's true. But what about the property right across from the school down there on First Street? Those tanks are still on the ground, to the best of my knowledge. Anyway, back to the skating rink. When I was a kid, we skated at Normal Pond, but the city refused to have negotiations with them after it was dredged out, as far as I know. I think that if with a little bit of work or liability, responsibility, that was a centerpiece when I was a kid. And you borrowed your skates from the fire department, and the fire pit was out there, and everybody skated at Normal Pond. That's 4 blocks away. I think that would beautify DeKalb and reunite this community. Also, the Park District, when Chris says that he has a Park District in there and was enthused about this, the Park District went down to Lions Park, just off of Taylor Street, and flooded the thing so everybody could skate for free. It seems like the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing here.
Okay.
We need that coordination.
And Lynn, your thoughts on the ice skating rink?
Sure. Well, when I walk the neighborhoods to get signatures on my ballot petition, the skating rink consistently rated number 2 or number 3 on people's list of complaints. And the reason for that is that it has become highly symbolic of the types of waste that people believe that was wasteful spending. Now, if you're going to take a skating rink, I love the idea of a skating rink, but like I said before, don't put the city of DeKalb in the recreation business. And I know that our public works guys are involved with that skating rink, setting it up, tearing it down. There's a better use of TIF dollars. TIF dollars are supposed to be used to generate more property taxes, generate, in some cases, more sales taxes, generate jobs for the people who live in the TIF district. And as it is, the only promise we got was more shoppers would come downtown. And, you know, if it's going to be paid off, great. But how many more shoppers are downtown? Where's that report? That's what we need to know.
Okay. Chris is...
I'm holding up the report that shows we showed an increase in sales downtown this year.
You are telling me that is a report that shows how many more shoppers came downtown as a result of that skating rink?
I'm showing
not.
Our efforts at downtown,
I think not.
Ms. Fazekas, are working. That's all I'm saying.
And I disagree. And I think that it spreads us way too thin. Shall we go back to the priorities? Police, fire, water, streets. Everything else is gravy.
All right, we're going to go a little over our time, but that's all right with the three of you here.
Let's go all day. I'm having fun.
Let's go skating when we're done.
Very good. We have Chris waiting patiently on the line. Chris, you have a question for the candidates.
Yeah, I'm only 28 years old, but I was born and raised. I've lived in DeKalb my entire life. And it just seems these days DeKalb isn't what it used to be. When I was in high school, I used to be proud to live here. I work every day. I got my kids at home. I have time for softball 1 night a week. That's it. You know, I don't go to town meetings and stuff. But I want everybody to answer and pretty much see. If you are elected mayor, I mean, what's the main thing? What are you going to do to make this town what it used to be? Because it's not what it used to be 8, 9, 10 years ago. And I want to see a change.
All right, Chris, great question. My friend Paul, let's start with you this time. What are your feelings about what Chris has to say?
Well, thanks for the question. Thank you for the question, Chris. I think what this person is hinting to is about the pride in DeKalb. Through the schools and through the pride with our community. I think the people and the citizens of this town have lost that pride about DeKalb. I can see that. They've lost the trust in our leaders. And that's unfortunate. But before further to do, what we need to do is open up our books and rebuild the trust with our community and our citizens. Our budgetary things don't always need to be behind closed doors. The citizens in this town are very smart, and we need to open up and have a team again, of people who are proud to be citizens. I know that people are still proud of being from DeKalb, but we're not proud of what the current status is right now. And we need to get the citizens' trust again and get pride back in our city council and our administration and pride in the entire community of DeKalb.
And Lynn, your thoughts on that, please?
I agree that it's a matter of pride, and what I think it is that what I was talking about top down versus bottom up, we're told in ways that are direct and indirect, and frankly I've seen it here, that we're too ignorant